30 seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Monthly Purpose, Season 2, Episode 7, and your hosts, Hayat and Derek.
Oh, hello. How are we doing tonight? Well, thank you so much for being here. You could be anywhere tonight, but you chose to be here, so we appreciate it. I hope we're going to have some fun, right?
I was distracted by the food, man. The food smells really, really good, too.
I know.
I love the TV.
Alrighty. So,
All right.
what do you think?
Tonight's episode, I think, is going to be really fun because it's something that everybody does. Doesn't matter how old you are, how young you are, you know, race, color, creed. The one thing we all got in common, we all got to eat. So why not actually do a show on food and nutrition tonight?
I saw it. So, actually, I'll tell you a background about myself. So, food for me in my teenage years and early, late 20s, it was an issue, all right? So, I was lonely. You know, sometimes parents, you know, something you do. So, I had issue with food. So, I either would overeat or not eat. So, I didn't have a good relationship till I tried to have a kid. And then we had there was correlation with what you eat and my miscarriage. So I ended up having 5 miscarriages. So it was like, So it was aha moment. So that's the thing, right? When it matters to you is when you get to wake up and say, how do I make a difference?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So tonight's show is made possible by the Delaware Department of Health and Social Services.
Okay.
That is basically our state agency for anything involving mental health, recovery, wellness groups, Narcan training, just
mental
about
health.
Yes, and that's partial to me because that's my get down. So if there's anything that you need or any type of resources you're trying to find, definitely hit DSAM Delaware, or even the one that you like the most is helpishere.com.
Yes,
Like, I love that
it's
one.
my favorite. I Google it. Any information, help us here. DE.
Alrighty, so now this is the part of the show where I actually go out and find out who's in the room.
Okay,
so
lights
we kind
on.
of check our guests and see who's here.
So this is how it works. Tell us who you are, your name, organization, shout it out. Derek is going to go around and say, so you can say your name, your organization, what you stand for.
I'm curious to learn more about this gentleman because he's a new face. So you want to tell us who you are, my guy?
Tom Davis, and I'm from the Interfaith Veterans Work Group.
Oh, man. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining
A
us.
friend of the show.
Yes.
So we know Tom is amazing. Anybody else want to shout out? Tell us who you are.
Yeah, we finally get a little dude. Word. Go for it.
My name is Jeremy.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Jeremy.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Yes.
All right, Jeremy is in the house.
May I ask you one question, young man? How old are you?
About to be 10.
My guy. Thank you for hanging out with us, Mr. Jeremy.
If we have somebody in the back, Derek, who wants to know
we
who
got
they
another
are.
little homie. Got you.
My name is Caden.
All right. How old are you, sir?
I am 8 years old.
All right, welcome in. And we
All
got to
right,
close
Kaden.
out little lady. So take us home, little mama. What's your name?
Karina, and I'm 4.
Miss Karina, and she is 4.
All right. Okay. So, awesome. All righty. Did you have one more to sing, Scott?
The Cause is in the house, and
Of
Starfish
course.
Casters. We're
All
really
right.
excited to be here.
All right. And the cause.
All righty.
Which-
So,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
am so sorry. We got you, sir.
Hi, I'm Ralph Santana. I'm a Democratic candidate for House of Representatives.
Nice.
All
Pleasure
right,
to join you, sir.
Raphael.
Thank you.
All right. So now we got to know each other a little bit. All right.
Alrighty, so we do stream this show live on YouTube. So this is the time when normally somebody will hit us up and let us know that they're watching online. So tell your friends, man, that if they can't make it, definitely like, subscribe, and check out some of our previous episodes. We got one we did on pets last month that was
was fun.
phenomenal. So yeah, definitely spread the word. Let folks know what we're doing up here.
Yes, actually, you have a pamphlet on your on the table. This QR code. You can actually share it now.
Alrighty, so we kind of gave you guys a little bit of a hint of tonight's theme, but tonight we're actually going to focus on how food and nutrition can be a welcome tool to help maintain your mental health and just help maintain your health overall, honestly.
Yes, it's all about the food that you eat, that you don't eat, you should eat or not eat. We'll cover it all.
So for those who are new to the show, every show we have 2 goals that we try to accomplish. So one of our goals is every show where we just try to expand our monthly purpose community, because that's what we're about, just bringing folks together, basically treating them like long lost friends and family, and just letting people know that there's a spot that they can go where they can feel welcome, they can feel heard, and they can feel seen.
Yep.
And Ms. High, what's our other goal tonight?
Yes, so we want to get you inspired to, of the food you eat or want to eat, and take better care of yourself, or, that's the goal tonight. So inspire you to have a good, better relationship with food than I had when I was growing up, which
Yes,
I
ma'am.
do now, which I will share later.
Derek, you're already getting shouted out
Yeah.
Oh, man, already?
at home. Yeah, we got AVAB703 says, "Woohoo, go Derek!"
All right, I like it.
Oh,
and,
word.
and our producer Amy Herb is checking in.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Evening.
Okay.
Big sis, Amy, you are missed, man.
Yes.
Stay safe on your travels, man.
All right, what's next?
Okay.
Alrighty, so this is our Community Says segment. So this is where we actually go out around the streets of Delaware and talk to real Delawareans to get their opinions on some of the themes that we actually cover and some of the topics that we talk about. So take a few minutes and check out what everybody else is saying.
We'll be right back.
So people need to eat food, of course, to survive. But personally, if I had the offer, if I was able to just not need to eat food, I would still eat because it powers one of your 5 senses.
What you put into your body is what fuels your body for the day. And so food and nutrition is very important because it gives you the energy that you need to be your best self all day long.
That you are a body before you are a brain. You're like a person before a mind. So if you don't treat your body correctly and give it the sustenance that it needs, you can't really be anything else.
Nutrition is important because we have to think of our body like an engine. We have to put good fuel into it in order for it to run efficiently.
All right, so now it's you guys' turn. Like, how do you guys feel about the importance of nutrition in food?
Okay, come on. Tell us about
Gotta
it.
ask a mom because moms always have wisdom, and she looks
Yeah.
like she looks like she's then made sure her kids have eaten well. So how do you feel about food and nutrition, Mom?
I honestly struggle with it from time to time. It's hard to get kids to eat healthy, but we try to sneak it in where we can. And as a parent, it's really kind of hard to get yourself in a good position, especially when you're running from here to there, working late, all of those things. So you kind of tend to fall behind on your own.
Ma'am, as a parent of teenagers, I get it. I had to feed 2 football players, so I understand, man. And thank you for sharing with us, Mom.
Anybody else?
We got one more.
So I believe food and nutrition is very important. Food is my second best friend. My first best friend is a 3-year-old. True story. But I also believe it's important to help us develop. Like even as a child, we had issues with not having enough food, and I believe it helps. It has an impact on how kids learn, how they develop, and even how they grow.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
So true.
Thank you for that. We got one more.
I too, sort of, Hayat, have had struggles with food throughout my life, and I've had a kind of confusing relationship around it. But aside from just the nutrition part of it, food is also very good to bring people together, I have learned.
Yeah.
And so, like, food can be something that fills the nutrition of a community. And at that, I do want to shout out the food tonight was from Mind, Body, and Soul Food. So Mind, Body, and Soul Food, LLC, from right here in Delaware. You can find them online. Make sure that you go and find them. And, you know, they brought this food to feed us and to nourish our souls and spirits. So please, if you're watching at home, give a shout out by giving business to Mind, Body,
Absolutely.
and Soul Food.
Best
Thank-
tacos
Thank you for
ever.
shout out. Awesome.
Best tacos I've ever had.
Wow. Yeah, so I mean, it's important. The food nourishes. It makes us how we feel depending on what we eat. So it's very important.
Alrighty, so now it's time for one of our favorite segments where we kind of go over the 5 benefits. So now we're kind of going to give you guys 5 benefits of why paying attention and maintaining your food nutrition can be a wonderful wellness tool for your mental health. Start us off, fellas. What's our first one? So believe it or not, the types of foods you can eat can help with disease prevention. So this helps lower the risk of serious health issues like strokes, high blood pressure, osteoporosis, and certain cancers.
Absolutely, but every individual, what you eat is different. Like an orange, what's the other orange? Grapefruit, good for you. But if you're a blood thinner, not so good for you. So really pay attention to food can help you, but certain type of personality or disease you have may not be good fit. So it's all about the fit. Go ahead. All right, next.
Alrighty. Oh, this one's good. So this one, food can help enhance your immunity. So this helps ensure that your body is equipped to fight off infections and heal from injury. As an athlete, this is big for us because proteins, beans, things of that nature help us prepare between games. I used to eat really heavy proteins in the summer and off season, but eat lighter, softer foods during the season. So it just helped me stay strong, helped me keep my body prepared for what I needed it to do.
Absolutely. Like, sometimes it's not about not having your food, but think about what you can add. Right? Green tea helps you repair. Avocado, special olive oil. But think about what can I add to make me feel healthier. So that's something. So enhance, what you eat makes a difference. I say garbage in, garbage out. So that's what you're eating, that's what comes out.
Yes. So, all right. One that I'm not going to touch too often because I'm terrible with this, but tell us how food can help with your weight management.
Okay, so this was a struggle for me, right? It really helps. Like, it's funny. My husband says that when I ate actually less, I was much bigger. My husband says that I got smaller through our 27 years of marriage. So because I had a bad relationship, right? But for me, the food was like, okay, so it's all about, like, again, eat a lot or not. But believe it or not, when I started being mindful what I ate more and lost weight than I did. So it's all about what you eat, what your body is, giving your body what you need. I didn't have to, and literally, naturally, I become thinner than I was. But again, I still have, because some of our body's trauma still stays. For me, my battle is a scale. So I just make up a number of a scale, and that's when if it goes, I get freaky about it. But again, that is, and I can recognize it, and especially now, it's, 50 young, it's a changing of life. So and other things, and I have to say I'll be okay with this. So I have to negotiate myself. It's okay. It's about how I feel and what I look. So.
Alrighty, so mental and brain health, and this one's kind of partial to me. So like eating healthier and making sure you pay attention to the types of foods you put in your body really can help you stay focused, can help change your moods, elevate your moods, and you'll be surprised how wonderful an ice cream cone is when you're having a really, really bad day. So at that point, food can be your wellness tool that you can use to help maintain your mental health and help get you through some really rough times.
Absolutely, but just be careful what you eat when you're not. And it's okay to treat yourself, right? And not negative. And if you had an ice cream, and that's okay, as long as you're not repeating. I mean, sometimes, when I gave up a lot of food. I haven't had a soda in more than 20 years. But again, it's all about what I chose. But guess what? I love dark chocolate. I eat it every day. I love cheese. I eat it every day. So you can have the things that you love and still be, who you are. It's just there's certain things you say, you know what? I don't need that. And I'm okay with that. And again, it was a journey. So 50 young. It took a while to get here.
20 years without a soda. Please give her a hand, dog.
No,
that's
no.
remarkable.
I drink soda that's just natural. It's all about what's in there, which we'll talk later. It's all about what's in there. I will drink Mexican Coke because they put real sugar. In America, you put all this stuff that's like, nah, no thanks. For me, personally. I'm not judging you. I'm talking about me.
So lastly, food can help increase your energy and stamina. And think back to athletes and think about, parents that are probably raising kids that are playing sports. If you guys remember back in Little League, during halftime, you used to get oranges, orange slices, watermelon, things like that. That was done to help replenish your energy and help increase your stamina as you played. And just because you stop playing sports don't mean that those rules don't still work. That actually might benefit us more as adults now than ever as kids. So if you ever feel like you're dragging, go old school, man. Get some orange slices and see if that'll pick up your day.
That and we don't eat enough fiber, enough protein, and certain age. We gotta look our own, assess where we are with age, gender. It's a whole process. So you do like, okay, what do I need? Is that fiber? Is it beans? What do I need? And your body tells you when you eat good or not, and pay attention.
Absolutely. So what's next, fellas? What we got? Oh man, so this is gonna be fun. So if you guys think back to last season, we used to do this or that, where you guys had to make a choice. So this year, we wanted to up the ante a little bit and kind of quiz you guys just to see how well we're doing as hosts, trying to make sure that we drop a little knowledge on you guys. So we're going to play we're going to play true or false. So you're gonna see a question on the board and just yell out whether you think it's true or false, and then afterwards we'll let you guys know if you're right or not. What's our first one?
All right.
Oh, man. So this one was an argument for me for a while, but skipping a big breakfast helps boost your metabolic rate. Do you guys think that's true or false?
True or false?
Yeah.
Scream it out a little bit. False?
I think little homie over there got it. It's actually false, believe it or not. So good job, little dude.
So it is false, but think about the reason of being, right? If you don't eat, I'm not a breakfast person myself. So the reason, like, you think, if you skip, you get hungrier later and you end up overeating. So just eating anything or drinking helps. So.
All righty. What's next? Oh, man, so this is pretty cool, and I didn't know this till me and Miss Hyatt were talking about it, and she dropped this knowledge on me. So the human brain produces more than 90% of the body's serotonin, a key neurotransmitter responsible for regulating food. Do you guys think that's true or false?
Or false? You think it's true? It is false.
Billy stumps you guys.
You know what is? Now this is what I'm saying. It's all about the gut, but the gut.
Stumper.
So the gut is, you have more neurotransmitters in your gut. Have you ever heard, I got a gut feeling? So your gut has a lot of bacteria, good or bad. It needs to be fed. And it's so important what you eat for your gut. And guess what? I am a recovering germaholic, but your gut really needs bad bacteria. So it's about when you use antibacterial soap, not so good for you, bacteria is one, constantly you wash. So we do need that. So our body, our gut, what we eat. Yogurt is good for you, but if you are, vegan or, it's not good for you, then you have sauerkraut, whatever it is. Feed your gut. Your gut is a special place. And if your gut is not happy, guess what? You're not happy.
And for those who didn't know that before, you are not alone. I had no clue till like an hour ago. So absolutely. I know what this next one is, and as a guy, I'm backing all the way out of this question.
But at least read the question.
Yes. So dark chocolate with a high cocoa percentage contains antioxidants that can actively lower stress hormones in the body.
What you think? Absolutely. If you are in a PMS, changing your body, after a changing of life, whatever is going on, everything is better with dark chocolate. I am telling you, drizzle it on cheese. So dark chocolate, it really is a painkiller. But it has to be the dark, though.
Every guy in here understood I'm staying away from that question.
Got to eat it every day, and it has antioxidants, so it is powerhouse, actually.
Alrighty, so our next one is frozen fruits and vegetables are always less nutritious than fresh produce because the freezing process destroys all vitamins.
What you
True
think?
or false? Actually, you guys.
Stumper number 2.
Believe it or not, it's actually false. So I'm a huge cooking nerd, and I understand how produce and stuff is frozen. And believe it or not, the process that they use actually flash freezes it within 10 seconds. So it preserves everything that you want that fruit to be. It actually preserves it in a way that is on par with fresh produce. And it lasts a little longer. So if you're like me and kind of forget that you have stuff in the refrigerator, it gives you a bit of an extra cushion. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's nutritious. Go for it. Frozen food.
Last one.
Alrighty, so dehydration can closely mimic the symptoms of anxiety by causing rapid heart rate, headaches, and fatigue. True or false? Yes.
Got it.
Absolutely, you guys, it's true. And I didn't realize the parallel to this until we were doing this with sports.
Yeah.
If you notice, the longer the game goes, you'll watch somebody that's extremely tired and they just make a really bonehead play.
Yeah. Yep.
That happens because they're exhausted. And when you're having anxiety attacks, and it's severe anxiety attacks, your brain goes tilt, you're not thinking. And for exhaustion to mimic that, really answered a lot of questions about some things I had, growing up playing sports and why like certain games went the way that they did.
Absolutely. So pay attention to your body, and especially during summertime. So hydration, very important.
Yeah, man, orange slices, dog, they work.
There you go.
Trust
or
me.
watermelon, 90%.
Alrighty, so up next is our community spotlight. So this is where we actually highlight somebody that is doing some really awesome work out in the community that's just trying to just make the world a really cooler place. So check out this month's community spotlight.
Be right back.
Hi, my name is Lizzie Snyder. I'm a Baltimore City resident and gardener here at the Patterson Park City Farm. I have plot number 86. We typically grow anything. We do a lot of vegetables and flowers. We harvest for ourselves mostly, but we actually, in the past, we've had such a bounty that we find ourselves giving away a lot to family, friends, neighbors, anybody. I think that the biggest benefit for our family is that, as we're raising the small kids, they're learning how to walk here. They're learning how to grow food. So they're learning how to plant a seed, what that grows into, where food comes from and all that. So I think it's been just a huge bonding experience for our family and for the kids in particular. And the biggest thing is we're not on screens. We are out and about, we're getting the sun every single day, the rain. I think that when you're growing your own food, I think that it is more nutritious than some of the produce that is being put out in grocery stores these days. I think that there are a lot of studies I've read that show a lot of the actual nutrition, the nutrients in produce, that is mass produced, mass grown, is not as nutritious as what you could grow in your own garden. I think that there's a lot of studies coming out and things that are going to come out about the great benefit of putting your hands in the dirt. I think there's this very trendy saying of touching grass these days, go touch some grass. But I think that there's a lot of truth to it. I'll be having a bad day, I'll have a lot of emotions. The kids got me, up in a tizzy, but I come out here and, I start ripping up weeds or I water, I see the progress that's happening here. And there's something about it that just really turns your day around, even your week. And I think that over the course of a season, it gives you also a different sense of purpose. You can work at your job all summer, you can, try and do all these different projects, but when you come here and see the progress and things growing because you put a seed in the ground, I think that it's pretty impactful. We grew some milkweed, and it actually did attract some monarch butterflies. So we were able to track the monarch butterfly from caterpillar to chrysalis to butterfly, which was very, very cool. Very cool for my kids to see. In this garden, we see the cycle of life from seed to fruit to its eventual death. But it also parallels your own life cycle too, which I think helps us as a family start to live more seasonally. I think the idea of urban gardening even community gardening, just as a whole, about it like revitalizing the Baltimore city as a whole. Truly, I think that it's something that we could implement in a very radical way in the city that would connect people to the earth, but also to the community as a large. Connecting with the neighbors is just, it's so fun. Walking through this garden when I come in the morning, it's so cool seeing what other people are growing and how they're growing it. You'll see so many different kinds of arrangements and different kinds of ways of growing things. I met a different person every single day the first summer we gardened, and that's not an exaggeration. I think if you were starting out to plant a garden or plant in some containers, it can seem very daunting at first, that project. But I think that if you simply take it one pot at a time, one little raised bed at a time, one seed packet at a time, figure out, just master tomatoes or something. I think that if you just start small, you could end up with a really great big garden. We see a lot of, there's so many parallels, I think, to the soul, and when you're gardening, I think weeding is like the easiest one, There's so many weeds that pop up in your soul, sometimes your mind or whatever, and being able to physically take it out, but also like you're thinking about it, I think that there's like a connection there, truly. If everyone could start their own garden, start their own plot, plant some seeds, and grow a tomato, I think that the world would be much better. Gardening is great for the soul, definitely. Yeah.
And now,
ladies and gentlemen, now it's Scott Michaels and Conversations with a Purpose. And our guest, Shelby Pulse.
That's right. Shelby, welcome. Hey, everybody. Before we get started on this incredible interview we're about to have, I just enjoyed watching that video. Did you enjoy that?
I did.
And I am sitting in the seat that is normally, during the show, Conversations with a Purpose, is normally Amy Herb. Her name actually is, something you can plant. But Amy, I think, is watching from where she is, and I know she is a massive gardening fan. She loves to garden, and so I bet she's a little jealous that she didn't get to be here. And I know she's jealous that she's not going to get to talk to you, that I am. But we are here with Shelby Pulse, who I know through work in the nonprofit world. But today you're here to talk about a personal story that you're going to share with us. Tell us what you're here to share with us today and discuss.
Yes, so I yap about this a lot, which is why I got asked to be here today. But I am an individual that's in recovery for an eating disorder.
Okay, and so for those audience at home, this is an educational show. Some people have some knowledge, and a lot of us don't. What would an eating disorder constitute? What does that mean when you say eating disorder?
Yeah, so I am clinically diagnosed, so just don't self-diagnose. If you think something might resonate with you, please make sure you're reaching out to a professional. But I'm specifically diagnosed with binge eating disorder. I have a restriction first cycle, so what I had been doing almost my entire life, and I really got to a heighten with it, which is what led me to reach out. But I would go through levels of restriction, so that would mean eating as clean as I could, skipping meals, just not eating in general, and then I would get to a point where I would be malnutritioned, I would be starving, and I would have a binging episode. And 9 times out of 10, it's not like overeating, it would actually lead to bulimia. I would make myself throw up, and then my cycle would start all over again. And that was very normal for me. No one told me it wasn't normal until a clinical professional did. So that was very shocking for me to find out.
So it's, how do you go from something that seems normal to you to realizing it's something that's not normal? Was there a turning point that?
Yeah, I struggled with it really bad at first. So the therapist that I have that diagnosed me, I had actually looked into finding someone that specifically specialized with food disorder, because it was that's really where it stemmed from. It was such a control for me. I needed to control something that was a level of my life that I could control constantly. And so when I first got diagnosed and I got recommended like what my care team would like, I like was not about it whatsoever. I was like, okay, it's not that big of a deal. I was like still, and again, like if this is something that you use and it works for you, that's great. And unfortunately didn't work for how my brain operated. But Weight Watchers was literally the worst thing that ever happened to me. It turned into like a game. I would try to see like how little points that I could eat in a day, which was just like adding to how restrictive I was in the first place. But that took me months after getting diagnosed to stop using it. I was like, it's helping me stay in a calorie deficit. It's not doing anything wrong. I was still like very hyper fixated on movement, and I had a lot of unhealthy behaviors with that. So it really, I'm very fortunate with my care team where they just kept like slowly encouraging it, and I would be like, okay, what would it be like if I like didn't work out 7 days a week, and what would it be like if I just like didn't do Weight Watchers a couple of days per week? And then it kind of progressed into me like letting go of it completely, and then stepping back from that allowed me to see like how devastating it was for me, like what those behaviors were actually doing to me in the long term.
Wow. So that's kind of an interesting journey that you had.
Yes.
And I do want to point out that I think in recovery, it's fair to say that there's lots of ways up the mountain.
Yes.
And so it's possible Weight Watchers and programs like that could work for some people.
Yes, absolutely. Just again, the way my brain is wired, it did not work at all.
So that sort of just brings us on to the idea that even if you might have a diagnosis that other people have, there might be different ways of treating.
Oh, yes, absolutely. And there's like medical reasonings too. So my care team consists of a therapist, a dietitian, and I actually had a licensed chef when I first got diagnosed because I didn't even know how to put a balanced meal together because again, I was just like eating as little as I could. I didn't know what like a normal meal looked like. But someone who like might need to lose weight for health reasons or like might be diabetic or might have like dietary restrictions, like that's where your dietitian is so instrumental because they're going to be able to help with that aspect of it where they can address like the like areas again like maybe losing weight that you want to address while also like managing an eating disorder if you're diagnosed with one.
It sounds silly to say this, but what you're saying is like experts can actually help you with this who have
so
the
crazy.
Knowledge and the science behind it.
Again, don't self-diagnose.
We do sometimes, as our interviewers get a little personal too, and I relate with you in the sense that both with food I have done this, where I thought that I was eating unhealthy, so I went very far in the opposite direction. And I would, when you said counting calories as a game, I would almost see how few calories I could eat a day, how little food I could eat. And the same thing happened with me and my alcoholism. It was very, I would be very all or nothing with it for a certain while. But when you find that, and it sounds like that sort of was part of what your disorder was, is that you would be working on being healthy, like so in your mind, like you were maintaining a healthy body schedule. Is that right?
Yes, and of course, like weight is heavily associated with being healthy. So I'm actually probably the heaviest that I've ever been in my entire life. I'm also the healthiest that I've ever been in my entire life. My mental health is really great. My physical health is really great. I have such a great relationship with movement. And this year specifically is the first year that my blood work came back normal. I used to really struggle with that.
Yes.
Yeah.
How many years has this been since you've been on this path of recovery?
3.
3 years.
So
okay.
I started this behavior probably in middle school, and then it took 3 years of recovery to kind of get me at a baseline.
Wow. There's we like to cross, some sort of social things. There are an idea in alcoholism when I first started drinking where people were saying, it takes a few years for you actually to clean your brain out and start, like, it's similar with that with
yeah, for sure.
food?
For sure. There is because again, I work in the substance use field, so there is so much that overlaps with substance use and an eating disorder. Like the major difference is like I like with substances, they want you to stop. I can't stop eating. That kind of like defeats the purpose. But a lot of the behavior, like that overlaps all the time. So it's like what I see in the communities that we're helping. I'm like, that's my brain too. I get it.
It's your brain too.
Yeah.
Can I go a little bit, we're going to go a little deeper?
Yeah.
Do you have any idea, maybe through your therapy or through the work that you've done in your recovery, are there certain things in society or in our own mental health that might lead someone into, eating unhealthy? Like, is it pressure, peer pressure, looks pressure, anything like that? Like, and I know, I'm sure there's 100 ways to get into it as there are to get out. But for you, what was it for you that you think was the underlying reason that you were eating in this way?
So I grew up in a very dysfunctional, chaotic household, and at times it wasn't safe. And again, I needed to control something. Like everything was so out of my control, and I needed to be able to control something. And then that just like domino affected into the rest of my life. Like anytime that I was under like high stress or I felt like something was out of my control, like that's immediately what I leaned into. And a lot of people thought that, like that I've talked to, that would trigger my binging, and it actually does the opposite. It's like I can control what I'm putting into my body, and my brain is like, well, then we're doing nothing. Like we're not putting anything in there.
So I think that's eye-opening to me, because I haven't experienced that to that level. If you were to be talking to the audience out there, and I have a question that's sort of in two parts. One, first of all, I heard you, and I hope everyone heard you, that you were clinically diagnosed. Yes. So let's say there's someone out there who's watching or in the audience who might think either themselves or someone else might have a relationship with food that can be looked at differently. What is a starting place for someone to discover if that's maybe something they should look at?
Yeah, so I actually started with my primary care doctor. And again, I can't emphasize enough that like you don't actually have to address it right away, because again, I was told that there was a disorder attached to what I was doing. And I didn't want to come to terms with that right away. Again, that's where that control came in, where I didn't want other people telling me what to do with food. I just wanted a quick fix to like what was going on. But I actually started with my primary care doctor. My mental health was like at the worst that it could be. I got put on medication, and then I had a lot of encouragement from my primary care doctor and my husband to find a therapist, and then that just domino affected. So my primary care doctor took her time with me, my therapist took her time with me, and then when I was ready, I was referred to a dietitian, and then same thing, took her time with me, and then I was referred to a chef, which I now no longer have to see. I actually cook all the time, and I started baking this past year, so that that I was able to tackle. But literally just someone that you would trust, that's honestly where I would start, and just really pushing the point that like if this is like a loved one, like if a loved one is coming to you about this, just really practice that patience, because it can absolutely take time for someone to fully get there where they actually want to address it.
Well, I really want to thank you, because here at the show in The Monthly Purpose, it takes courage to come out and, because there is stigma around just about every issue that we have. And that's part of The Monthly Purpose, is we come here together as a group to destigmatize that, because everybody is going through something. But I want to thank you for your courage in sharing the story, and I do believe that it will help someone who's watching at home. Is there anything in closing that you would like to say to our audience, Miss Shelby Poles?
Sure. If you have any type of disorder eating or an eating disorder, I actually highly encourage you to talk about it, because it's a very hush community. And you will be extremely surprised how many people end up approaching you or talking to you once you start talking about it. And that's just more people that are going to be able to get the help they need.
I love that. We have a saying that sometimes our challenges, they ask us to remain a secret because they know once they're exposed outside, they won't have a chance of surviving. And so thank you for sharing that. Everybody, can we please give Shelby a warm hand of applause for sharing her story? Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
As a matter of fact, I think you can take us to commercial. Is that right? So Shelby, what you're going to do is you can look right into camera here, right over there, that camera, and then you're going to say, we'll be back right after these short messages.
we'll be back right after these short messages.
Join the Monthly Purpose community or be featured in a show. The Monthly Purpose is a new form of live and live-streamed interactive entertainment focused on personal growth and community improvement. Our producers are working on the second season, which means we are searching for inspiring guest speakers, community initiatives to highlight, and uplifting performing artists. Visit monthlypurpose.com and click on a link to join the community or suggest a person, organization, or even yourself to be a part of a future episode.
The party is a chance for us all for one day to experience what it's like if we spend our lives helping others, connecting with strangers, trying to become united as one.
The party is Delaware's largest service project.
The party is a place you come together with people who can offer so many wonderful things. You can participate. You can be part of the greater cause to make the world a better place. So why not?
The party is energetic. The party is the place to be.
The party is lit, fun, amazing, connecting people, longevity.
Party is service and helping others and being a part of it. You gotta be a part of it. You can't just let someone else do it for you.
The party is community. The party is engagement. The party is a bunch of like-minded people getting together and doing some good. That's what the party is.
Hey, that was loud. All right. Do you know how we say we're trying to increase our community and create that purposeful conversation? Well, we met Chris at an event, and he came here, loved the show, and he said, "Have you ever tried having a comedian?" I'm like, "No." So he's like, "Oh, I have a great one for you." So we are excited to hear Risha Simpson, and she's going to wow us. I hope you're ready to enjoy the show. Risha.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Can y'all hear me? Okay. All right, because I do have a big mouth. Yes, I'm Risha Simpson. Many call me Risha Sharice. Oh, that sounds really good. So we're going to get into it, but I'm going to give you a little background on myself because y'all don't know me. And I'm going to be in your business, so I'm going to get you in mine. Is that all right? Yeah. All right. So I am from Brooklyn, New York. It's a great day for New York today, right? I started to wear my orange and blue, but I still got to make it back home. I know we're in Delaware. I'm going to move this for a minute because I don't like competing with furniture. I want y'all sizing me up going, yeah, she really is short. I'm so honored to be here. Thank you, Hayat. Thank you, Scott, and everyone for inviting me here. I'm really excited. Before I go on, I do want to thank Mind and Body for that awesome, vegan, delicious food. I feel so healthy right now. I'm going to have a slice of cake to celebrate. Listen, so I'm also an identical twin. So I'm Risha, and my sister's Keisha, and my middle name is Sharice, which is my first name pronounced backwards. I don't know what my mom was on, and then to name my sister Keisha, now nobody knows what name go with what face. Not even my mom. True story. Yeah, and so when we were growing up, like I said, we're from Brooklyn, New York. Growing up, people always said weird things to us. You know, we moved to North Carolina in middle school, and the principal, he says to my sister, who's 5 minutes older than me, he says, "Keisha, where were you born?" She said, "Brooklyn, New York." And then he turns to me and says, "And Risha, were you born there also?" So I was like, nah, just 5 minutes before my mother had me, she moved all the way down here. It was just weird. And kids said the weirdest things, too. They would run up on me and be like, "Hey, if one of y'all get hurt, will the other one feel it?" I know some of y'all was thinking that. So I always respond, "Hey, if I dot one eye, will the other one swell shut?" Get away from me with that. It was too crazy, just weird. Weird. My sister would say weird stuff, too. My twin, she always stand outside the church, waiting on all the fine men to walk in, talking about, "Look at God. Ain't he good? Ain't he all right?" I said, "Look at God. What you say if they ugly?" She said, "Child, the devil is busy and he's a wolf in sheep clothing." Don't misinterpret me, y'all. I love my twin. I'll kill a rock and drown a glass of water over her. I promise. It was just weird growing up. I love this segment tonight on food and nutrition. I'm a big foodie. I mean, come on, New York. I eat some of everything in one day. It's a melting pot. That's what I love about this city, you know. But I would like to say that I, too, am health conscious these days. I recently lost 66 pounds.
Whoa.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. But my divorce attorney said I lost 280. Somebody gonna catch that. Yeah, so, you know, I started training, running, eating right. Like I said, I'm a foodie, so I eat with my best friend. She's 3 years old. Hi, Noah. So one thing about food I learned is that we started eating bad in the pandemic. Anybody can agree with that? I don't know about y'all, but I was trapped in the house with a full refrigerator and an Amazon Prime membership. So my snacks was coming on rotation. I had them on deck, you know, by 4 a.m. I had packages showing up to my door like Santa's workshop. You know what I'm saying? Let me ask y'all something, because I think we're starting to get to know each other. Have you ever been so body conscious that you knew exactly when and where you gained weight? I'm not talking about circumference. I'm talking about geographically. Like, I'm in my office the other day, and I was like, oh, I should not have had that Dominican birthday cake Saturday night in the parking lot of Papa John's Pizza. Because I feel like my muffin top is now a full 3-tier wedding cake with the buttercream, right? And listen, let me tell y'all something. I believe that the doctor's office, the gym, and the fast food restaurants have a contract together. You understand? It's a conspiracy. It's a cycle to keep you coming back. And I was in my doctor's office. I always noticed that every time I go to see him, I feel bad and have to make an appointment to come back even before I leave, because he always weighed me first. I'm the only one? So look, I got hip to him. I said, listen here, doc. I'm going to need you to check my pressure first before you put me on that demon device. Because if you weigh me first, my pressure going up. I already know it. I already know. Food and me have been best friends for a long time. So another thing about me is I have 3 degrees. I have 1 in acting, I have 1 in nursing, and I have 1 in theology. So clearly I'm having an identity crisis, right? You know, so I have to check all the time on my mental health. And so we all have to be clear on that. My job taught me how to be sensitive and compassionate to people's mental health journey. And I think that's very important. You agree? Okay, right. So you got to know your lane, though, in your mental health journey. So one thing I learned is that, see, I'm 5'2", right? And so I know I can lose weight, but I can't get taller. I try to use it as a motivating factor. I also try to use it as a reason to get a check. I went down to the Social Security office. They're going to tell me fluffy and short is not a disability. You need discipline. Right? Because God said he was going to enlarge my territory, but I needed to go this way and not this way. So I learned, since I can't get taller and I can only lose weight, I came up with a motto. I'm too short for those problems. If it's bothering you, please don't bother me with it. Because listen, some people got 8-foot problems. And so in my field of study and work, I'm a global intelligence officer. And so what my job has taught me is to know my lane. And that's what I'm trying to tell everybody here. Know your limitations and where you fit so you don't become a stumbling block to somebody else's mental health journey. And what I mean by that is what I learned is that because of my height restraints, I cannot be a crisis negotiator. Not at all, not at all. You know, someone called my office talking about, hey, we got a guy. He called, he said he's at the end of his rope. His wife left, took the kids, the dog, and his best friend, and it's over for him now. And I'm like, please hold. I'm out. That's too tall for me. It's probably above my pay grade. I'm out. I learned I can't be a news reporter because I'm too reactive. I would react. Same thing. They call me, it'll start off real PC, like, Channel 2 News reporting that a woman threw her puppy over the 10-foot building. I'm like, hold up. Find Cruella DeVille fast, y'all. Tie her to a chair, light her toes on fire. Hide the puppy, somebody. I can't do it. Back to you, Nick, in the studio. I got to call my dog sitter. I'm too short for those problems. Come on, you can agree. That's 8-foot problems right there, right? Yeah. And I do a lot of reports with my job. And listen, y'all, let me tell y'all something. Some of these reports need to come with a glass of wine and a few flattering compliments about how skinny and tall I think I am. And after one report, I'm ready to take a break. A long break. A black break. I'm talking about I'm going home and take a nap and pray that I'm motivated to come back within the same 8-hour shift kind of break. You understand me? Because I'm black. Ain't it almost Juneteenth? Thank you guys for this opportunity.
Oh, yeah.
Woo. $2. Wow,
Give another
that
hand
was
for Risha.
awesome. See, I'm also 5'2", but I got platforms. That's how I get to feel taller.
I was gonna say, I wasn't sure if I was taking the green one now, but at least you women have something to help. Like, if you short as a guy, you just short. It is nothing you can do about it. Like, we don't have heels to help. So.
Okay, that's good. All right, you ready for the toolbox?
Absolutely.
Before I show the toolbox, I really want to acknowledge something, right? When we talk about healthy people, just don't judge somebody's body's weight for being healthy or unhealthy, right? Just because you're thin does not mean you're healthy, or you have the extra pounds, you are unhealthy. So that is an important distinction, people. So people should really know and not comment. Because the people comment on being skinny as in like, it bothers. So people shouldn't even comment on people's body. That's what I think.
Absolutely, absolutely. So our toolbox segment is one where we try to give you guys just something to take home and something that you can incorporate in your own lives, in your own habits that just might make your day just a tad bit better, a tad bit easier to get through. So this episode's toolbox is all about food and nutrition and how we can use it as tools. So start us off with the first one.
All right, so for me, again, this journey, how it helped me because of my unhealthy habit and how I made the decision of like, all right, this has really helped me. So the food effect of reading labels was really one, it was eye-opener. Some of the labels, when I decided to find out what's in my body, high fructose. Does anybody know what a high fructose is? So do you know that our brain, our beautiful, amazing brain, when you eat, it has a mechanism that says, you're done, you're full. Guess what? High fructose, engineered sugar, will bypass. So no matter what you eat, boom, you're never full. It bypasses that. So my home, high fructose was not, we don't do high fructose because for that reason. Same thing about trans fat. Anybody remember the George Grill? So I would show people, you know, when you do the George Grill, any of the fat that comes out and it becomes solid. Anybody familiar with that? Yeah. That's what your heart is. So it blocks the artery, so the blood doesn't flow. So be conscious. I'm not saying that do not eat those high foods, but be conscious. That's what it does to your body, how often you eat it. So
Hey,
that
Miss
makes
Hayat?
a difference. Yes.
What's up?
Didn't you have some special fact about the blue food coloring that is in food?
Not the blue, it's the red.
Oh, what's the red food coloring? What's that fact that you always tell us?
Oh, no, the red filling is bugs, actually. So that's okay, you know, depending on how. So they crash, but it's not the food coloring, but it is actually some labels. So anything that has artificial flavoring of vanilla or raspberry, no, it comes from beaver gland.
I have no clue how to segue from that. Well done. Well done. So
who's hungry
beware
now?
of what's in your food. Something may be good or may be bad, but be aware of what you put in your body.
Yeah.
So let's one. Another thing is if I cannot pronounce it, I don't eat it. Mm-hmm. So ice cream should have sugar and milk. So it's safer. Cannot pronounce it, don't eat it. Read labels.
I'm sorry,
Educate
I'm still
yourself.
trying to recover from that. So
He started it. I was going to be conscious of not saying it, Scott. It's your fault.
So one thing that we do a lot as kids without realizing it, and we kind of suck at it as adults, drinking more water, man. In the end, I genuinely think we have more in common with plants than animals because if we don't get enough sun, don't get enough water, we might not be in the greatest of moods. And pretty sure that's kind of how plants work. And 70% of our body's water from the fluids that are inside of your cells to what your muscles use to repair. Like, we need to make sure that we keep water in our systems as much as possible.
Yeah, and also coffee, they say it still counts as water, and I Googled it. Just saying.
Alrighty,
Being
so next up choosing whole foods. So what you want to do when you're paying attention to the types of foods that you eat, you want to make sure that you're choosing healthier whole food options. Like, we always hear the term farm raised or pasture raised. These things like this matter because the types of foods that the animals are eating are actually what's going in their system, and now it's going into your system as well. So being able to know what that animal is eating, the type of environment that it's grew up in. If you guys remember our last episode about pets, animals that go through trauma or live in traumatic experiences do have physiological changes. So being able to make sure that your animals are healthy also helps to ensure that you're healthy also.
Awesome. That takes us to our next thing. Do you know why you're eating? Right? When I had my issue, I would just eat, my food addiction. I just needing my feet. So why are you eating? Are you really hungry, or did you need to talk to somebody? Right? Just think about the reason and then make decision. Right?
I used to tell my kids, you're bored, you're not hungry. Stay out of my refrigerator, honestly, because good God, I paid raising 2 linemen. My grocery bill was terrible, you guys.
So we challenge you. So open up your pamphlets in front of you. So what can you add, right? It takes choose one healthy habit and practice it for 30 days. That said, it's all it takes. Again, don't use the word diet, because the moment you say, I'm not going to eat that cookie, all you can think about is cookie, where it is. It's about just healthy lifestyle. What can you feel? Food is a tool. So just take that challenge and let us know about it.
Monthly challenge. Do this for 30 days.
Yes.
All right, fellas. So what we got next?
We're going to go right to the reach out.
Oh, man. So, Miss Hyde, if you want to join me on this one, this will be pretty cool because I don't ever get company for this. So I'm kind of hyped. So during this segment, this is where we challenge you guys to reach out to somebody that you know, a loved one, a friend. And we normally say, grab your phones, text them. But I'm going to change it up a little bit given our theme. And why not reach out to somebody and schedule a dinner party? And actually get a whole bunch of friends together and challenge you guys to each bring a different type of food or a different dish, a different culture. Because one of the things that we teach our students in peer work is, cultural humility, being able to just be open to different types of cultures. And like I said earlier, the easiest way to learn about what they eat, because we all got to eat. So that's our challenge for you guys this month, is to reach out to some friends and do like a culture dinner party. Like, have somebody pick out a different country or a different type of food out of a hat. Even if you're good at cooking, can't cook, whatever. Just have some fun with it, you guys.
And so what you got to do right now.
I love it. Yes.
Right now.
Right now.
Let's take out your phone and you text one person that you're going to start this dinner with. So you could start the conversation right now. Hey, I'm at the Monthly Purpose.
Yes.
And they just told me that we're having a dinner party. When are we going to start planning it? So you can leave this room with the plans already started. Yeah, that's what the reach out moment is all about.
Well done, fellas. Well done. I love that.
You. Alrighty.
So it looks like we're getting towards the end of the show, and I believe our next slide is going to be our 10-second share.
Yes.
So this is where I kind of pop out and just get you guys' opinion on tonight's topic. If you've had some fun, just share something that you're thinking about.
Close that out with, all right.
Word. Sorry, getting old, man.
So where do I even begin? I was diagnosed with ARFID last September, and that's avoidant restrictive food intake disorder. That's a big word. And what that kind of means is there's a lot of disinterest in food, a lot of anxiety around it, and like I was not doing well, and I ended up getting diagnosed last September, and I jumped around 8 different doctors. I mean, there was a clinic, primary, nutritionist, therapist, chiropractor, and so recovery took, well, I'm still in recovery, but the main doctors were for about 2 months, and I think some of the most helpful things that I've learned were honestly really just about like, honestly what helped the most was getting other people involved and really getting to talk about it. And the community I had was great. And I did I followed on Instagram the plate by plate approach to help plan my meals. I started relaxing about different rules I had around eating. So like, I was like, yeah, you can't eat certain foods past this time of night, or these are breakfast foods and these are lunch foods. And so I broke down all of these rules that weren't based in like any scientific fact, and then I started eating more things that I actually liked. I had less anxiety about it, and now I am doing really well. So that's kind of my story.
Thanks for sharing that.
Alrighty, I'm not sure if I even want to try to follow that, because I have worked with this young lady for over almost 2 years now and actually never knew that. And that whole share is why we do this,
Yep.
you know, why we do this show. So other people can feel seen and feel heard and not feel like they're out there by themselves. So I honestly think I think we hit one of our goals tonight, to be honest with you. So we always say that our goal is to expand our community.
Yep.
And just with her sharing and me learning about a dear friend of mine and not even knowing what her journey was, like I feel like we've grown tonight, honestly.
Absolutely, we're grown.
So up on the screen now, you guys will see your QR code. That will take you directly to our YouTube page. That's where you can find all of the information about what we do here at The Purpose. You can also find information about what the cause does in some of the events that they have going on. Like, I believe the party's coming up here in a couple months.
Party's coming up, July 25.
If you got some time and you want to go up there, it is a lot of fun, you guys. Also, that's the QR code that'll take you directly to our YouTube channel. So let people know we out here. Let folks know that we're having fun and we're trying to teach people some stuff at the same time.
And subscribe. Please take this information, take the pamphlet, give it to someone else, so they'll be able to scan the QR code, watch a show from our past. Again, we have 2 seasons, and it will inspire somebody, to make a difference and change.
Absolutely. And if you know of anybody that is an artist, we had our first comic, so we're starting to kind of dive into that now.
Yeah.
So if you know anybody that's an artist, anybody that's out in the community just inspiring people, just trying to make this world spin just a bit easier, let us know. Like, we would love to talk to them. We would love to highlight them and give them their flowers, because anybody that's out there doing good work deserves to get them.
Absolutely. And that takes us to
Now it's Billy. So this is the only time you guys will ever see this dude on stage, no matter how many times we try to convince him. This is our one of our producers, Billy, and this is his segment. So this is selfie time, you guys. So this is where we bring everybody up.
Everybody come up.
All right, everybody, thanks for being here. If you notice on our screen, we've got every episode. We have a group picture, so come on up. Find yourself. If you've been here before, you can see yourself. And we're going to do this.
And while we're gathering, I do just want to shout out the important staff that we have here tonight. We have a staff that is made from the youth production crew that is doing all of the filming and editing. We have Alana over here on camera. Who else we have? We have Adam, who is on camera 2. We have Kevin, who is on camera 3. Elena's sometimes working here, but today she was watching the show, which we loved. But please give them a round of applause. And, of course, right here is our mind, body, and soul food, which was such a great treat. So,
All right. And per her request, I'm going to put on my tall filter here to make everybody at least 8 foot tall. I'm gonna especially get the tall filter for her. All right, everybody. Yeah, Monthly Purpose. Here we go. Season 2, episode 7 is in the can. Thank you. All right, stick around. I don't know if there's more servings. Oh, okay. I know I'm going to get back in line. Please take this time to network, hang out, chill out, get some more food, and enjoy yourselves. Thanks again.